The
Yeah,
Chiefs,
weird.
for the first time, basically since Patrick Mahomes has been a starting quarterback, are going to be missing the playoffs. Moreover, he's got a long, long offseason ahead of him with the torn ACL and LCL. This is the first time since 1998 the playoffs will not feature Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, or Patrick Mahomes. That's why we need Tom Brady to unretire.
Welcome back, Benchwarmers. Even though it has started to feel like winter, the NFL playoff push is heating up.
The bracket is starting to come together, but we've got a few more weeks to go. And when you talk about winter, man, you ain't talking about here. We're pretty lucky. Southern California, what do we got? A jacket that we have to throw on? Maybe some pants finally?
I haven't even done that yet. It's been
See?
cold.
There you go. Well, you work at a hockey rink, so.
It has been at night when I'm coming home from working a concert at 2 in the morning. That's about the only time I think so.
There you go. You just run from the house real quick.
Yeah,
exactly. You're good to go. Nice. Well, welcome back, everybody. We are making as we mentioned, a push to playoffs, but I wanted to kind of bring up real quick. So the fantasy league that we drafted, or I drafted, we kind of drafted together a little bit. I didn't make it at all, but make the playoffs. But this week, so I'm actually fighting for last place, and by fighting I mean trying to avoid it. Obviously, right? That's how bad my team ended up being.
Of any kind, because that should be.
It is. Yes-ish. It's going to, one, the shame of last place, but two, I think we're going to try to make like an award, because this is all with people from work. So I think we're going to try to make an award that you have to keep at your desk.
I like it.
So, but the guy that I'm facing off with in last place, we decided we're going to pick 2 players, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, bench everybody else. And it's just, hopefully these 2 players, whoever we pick, we got whatever. Pick a running back, pick a wide receiver, good luck.
Man. That's kind of interesting because, again, you're not playing for anything anyway, and you're not affecting anybody else in the standings or playoff implications.
Yeah, we're not dropping them. We're just putting them on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because there are people who have done that in the past. I know that screws a lot of people over. So
no,
I'll
not
give
doing
you the benefit of doubt there. At least you're just playing your own game within the game. And
within the game, exactly. And in fact, the 2 people that are in the finals have never played fantasy football before in their life.
Wow, that makes it even better, actually. That
shout out to, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shout out to Alex and Lauren. Good job. Good job. Hey, I'm not rooting for you, but yeah.
No, whatever. But sometimes ignorance is bliss. You don't know what you're doing. You just throw a lineup in there, and here you are. So maybe that's what happened.
Drafting Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, Devon Achane, and Jonathan Taylor, respectively, helped those 2 get pretty far, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. Okay, now, were they auto draft, though? Probably, right?
No. Nope. Whoa. All full pick. Yep. Everybody was there. Everybody was there. So
that's off to you.
All right, well, let's jump into football. But before we get started, if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss any one of the new episodes.
Also, if you could please do us the favor, if you like what you see here, please don't forget to slap that like button.
Slap it for us. Come on, it's free. Free for you. It's free for us. Helps out the channel a lot more than you probably think.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Well, we got a couple of headlines, I guess you can say, we can get to. Let's start with something that's a little bit off topic. A lot of people know about the torn ACLs and etc. And we'll touch on those and give our opinions for sure. But there's some new stuff that kind of just dropped. How about with this? We could probably show the clip, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So we'll drop the clip in here. We'll show it. And then we will, we'll talk about it in a second.
Bullshitting sometimes? Oh, 100%. I'm like, they had yes, the refs are the worst. Because there's just some of the rules aren't, and like, these guys are lawyers and like they want to be on TV too, bro. Like the game, you don't think he's texting his friends in the group chat like, "Yo, you guys just saw me Sunday Night Football." Like that was
no way.
Like that wasn't PI. Like, but I called it. I was
seriously, they do that?
I mean, these guys are normal human beings too, bro. Like these guys.
They do a better job than them.
Dude, am I even joking? Yes.
Bro, they do.
They're cheaters, bro. I don't care.
Wow. I guess I'll just start with wow. I know he's not used to being on stream, but I'm not sure he should know that the internet is forever and goes everywhere.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I think that's the thing about streaming and podcasts is like you get somebody there, you get them kind of, opening up and feel like they're comfortable and they maybe forget that the camera's on. And then you kind of ask some questions that go down a path that normally they might not have answered, but you're starting to feel comfortable and opening up. So I don't know, but
so what do you think of the take then? Regardless of him saying it.
I don't think Puka's that wrong because we've talked about this before with the part-time refs. Why are refs not full-time employees? And then somebody, well, why would they be full-time? What are they going to do Monday through Friday? Go to a training facility somewhere centrally located in, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 different stadiums in the area of the country and have them all go there and watch video and tape of the last game they worked and what you should have done better or what you could have called instead of this, or maybe they do some training because they are, a lot of these guys are in their 40s and 50s. So we want to keep them in health and shape and they'll run up and down the field with these young guys and ladies. My apologies. There are women refs. So why not have a training facility and practice thing? Like they don't have to work all year round, but during the season, they should be full-time employees. Like I would say whenever camp starts for the NFL, referees should be in camp.
Ref camp.
They should play and ref the entire way, all the way to the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl, whatever. And then when it's done, everyone goes home and you get your off season to do whatever you want. But it should be full-time within the time of the season itself. I don't understand why it's not.
I couldn't agree more. I literally couldn't agree more. And I say that to say, like, fans who don't get paid probably pay more attention full time than these refs do. What else could they possibly be doing? They should be paying attention to this. It's not like in the case of fans, we don't affect the game. Sure, our loud cheering might help a false start every once in a while for the opposite team, but that isn't affecting the game on a monumental level. Like the people who are refereeing it by bad calls, missed calls, extra calls, no calls, etc. Right? Wrong calls.
Get this, maybe during that week of training or practice or whatever they're doing, they learn how to look on an iPad and watch a replay of a play that happened in another game that wasn't overturned but should have, or vice versa. And they can explain to them, okay, this should be called this way because of A, B, C, D. And it shouldn't be called this way because of A, B. Like, I don't. And then somebody made a good point on the replay stuff today on the radio. They were talking about this. And why does the referee on the field have to go over to an iPad that's this big and look at it and try to figure out what the hell happened? Why does that referee, when they're being challenged or reviewed, get to review their own work? When somebody's challenging or reviewing my work, I have a boss or somebody above me that reads and goes over it to verify. So there should be somebody up in the booth that is literally their entire job every game, is watching every single play on monitors. It should be a war room. And if there's a play that's in question, they just buzz up to him or her and they say, this is the call, go with it. They make the call and we move on. They've kind of started doing that with the assisted replay thing. I don't know why that's
helpful. It helps it go quicker. Yeah, I totally agree.
So do that with every challenge that we have or questionable call. Just
what's the New York?
Right and do it quickly. Exactly.
What is that? Basketball?
Yeah, they have Secaucus. I think it's New York. So
that's NBA.
NHL's got one, but like just have it within every building and a full-time referee do that the entire game. That could be one of the rotations of the positions that you have. So everyone at some point will be in the war room and then you'll be on the field and you'll be aside. Like, I don't know. That just logically makes a lot of sense to me, but I don't know. I just sell t-shirts at the end of the day.
Nah, I totally agree. Yeah, no, the rest, I think we were talking about this too. I think refs should be held accountable. Yeah. I think how players say something, if you get a call egregiously wrong, I think it should be a fine. Like, not a lot. Like how we get a speeding $500. I mean, that's a lot to them.
Talked about in baseball. If an umpire's really bad, they should be sent down to the minors.
Yeah, that's a good one too. But I'm just saying, like, baseball's a little bit easier.
Squad,
I guess, but that's not a thing. That's not a thing. But I'm just saying, like, another way to people hate more than training, losing money. So, like let's hit their pocketbooks a little bit because.
Would the NFL not lose money because if all the gambling stuff is better because the calls are better on the field and it's
I meant the refs. The refs if they have to pay a fine, they would be losing money. Yeah.
I thought you meant the NFL.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about?
No, the NFL does not lose money. That's one thing the NFL does not do is lose money. Yeah, 100%. So, but I just thought it was crazy that he had. I don't know if it was the balls to say it out loud because it could have just been the fact that he wasn't paying attention. But I think it was awesome. I don't really not a fan of that neon guy. I don't mind Aiden Ross. He seems chill. But the fact that what he's saying literally makes sense, right? Like break down what he's saying. He's like, they're just like us, bro. Like, of course they'd be like, bro, do you see that call? Yeah. Do you see that? Wasn't that pass interference? It wasn't pass interference, but it was when I called it. It was when I called.
I have staff members like because I work different events for the Ducks at Disneyland or whatever. And they're always videoing social, and I end up on social media in the background all the time. My staff, like, oh my god, you see you on Bob? I'm like, no, like what? Who cares? Like they're not looking for me. They're just filming stuff. I just happen to be there.
But other people are. So I think he has a valid point.
Yeah, I want to be in the spotlight all the time. So I see his point. It's very valid.
I like it. I like Puka already. I'm already kind of a Puka fan, being the Polynesian culture.
I was gonna say, yeah, you have a little connection there too.
He's on the LA based team. Not a huge Rams fan, but kind of root for him every once in a while just because they are the local team. So yeah, I think it's great. I love it. I want more real raw NFL, NBA, whoever. I want to hear what they actually think. I don't want to hear the sugar coated version. I want to hear the raw. So
that's where the podcast world comes in handy.
Right. Exactly. Speaking of raw, someone whose shoulder might be a tad bit raw from it being cold for so long. Philip Rivers, grandfather Rivers, old man Rivers, made it back to the NFL. Even threw a touchdown on Sunday in a game that honestly, like they were really close. And the Seahawks are a fantastic team, so that was pretty good. What do you think about 44-year-old Philip Rivers returning for the first time in the NFL since retiring back in 2020?
I absolutely love it. I love Philip Rivers. As a kid, obviously, we've talked about we didn't have a team here in LA, so my dad and I would go down to San Diego every year and pick a game, whoever they were playing, it didn't matter. Sometimes the Titans, and I'd watch them lose. What else is new? But, going down there and watching the Rivers and LT and Antonio Gates and that whole run that they had was awesome. Rivers is just one of those dudes, I feel like, because he doesn't cuss and he's very strange and he's a dad.
Mhm.
He's kind of Kirk Cousins-ish as far as that goes. Like he is who he is and he's comfortable with it. And if you don't like it, like he don't care. And one of my favorite clips is when I think it's when he's against the Jags. He throws a touchdown and the guy goes like 85, 90 yards. And Rivers gets up off the floor and he's like, 90-yard touchdown. He's just like talking to himself. And the Jag guy's like, whoa, bro, like stop yelling in my face. Like, I'm just excited. You can't flag me for being excited. He's just one of those guys, you're on his team, you love him, you want to play for him and run through a wall. But when you're on the other side, you probably get a little annoyed. But at the end of the day, he's a good dude. And it's nice. Unfortunately, he is on the Colts, so I'm not rooting for them to win any wins.
You're rooting for the Colts.
But I am rooting for Philip Rivers to have a fun time out there. And so far, so good. I mean, he's got his kids back home. He's coaching that are seeing him play. He's the second guy to be a grandpa in the NFL after Brett Favre. So a lot of things to like. I mean,
hilarious.
Philip Rivers, man, just a good guy as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I actually love it. And I hate the people that are saying, well, yeah, but you're saying they missed out on Cam Newton and Colin Kaepernick? I'm so tired of it. Has nothing to do with race. More than I feel like half of the NFL has a black quarterback, so it has nothing to do with that. It could just be that he was just there. I know it was 5 years ago, but he was just there. He knows the system.
Was it Shane Steichen? He was his like offensive guru guy in San Diego and LA. So they've been together a long time. They know the lingo of the offense. Philip Rivers is having his high school team he's coaching running the same offense. So he's in it every day. So
yeah,
as long as he can stand there. And if you think about it, he was never a running quarterback. He could never hardly get out of the pocket.
Correct.
And they protect quarterbacks more now than ever. So now's the perfect time for a 44-year-old guy, I guess, to try it out there.
That's true. Tom, come on back, Tom. Where are we at? Get back here.
Philip Rivers and Tom Brady in the AFC title game. That's back to 2007.
I do like it. I do like it, though. I'm happy for him. And I think the one thing that everybody's talking about, I'm curious how much of a percentage you think this played a factor in him choosing to come back. The health insurance stuff. The whole NFL pays for the health insurance for 5 years. Well, this is the 5th year. He got a lot of kids, and all of them are still under the legal limit that you can supply health care for. So what percentage do you think that was a determining factor?
I don't, but also by coming back and playing a game, he reset his retirement clock into the Hall of Fame to another. You have to wait 5 years after you retire to be eligible. So that discussion had already been talked about before is he a Hall of Famer? Is he not? He didn't win anything, but he had a lot of yards, but the yards meant nothing because they won nothing, blah, blah, blah. But then also when he came back,
Dan Marino,
he was only like 180 yards above Matt Stafford for all time in passing yards. So now he's jumping.
Oh yeah, he's like, you're not passing me. I'm getting back out there.
I don't know. That's just another little wrinkle of it. But I don't know. Again, it's a great story. It's awesome. I just don't want the Colts to win any games. But I do want to see Philip Rivers have a lot of fun and do some things out there that maybe nobody expected to do. So.
I saw somebody at the beginning of the season put $1,400 on the Colts to win over 8.5 games. They started 7-1.
Oh, they're 8-6, aren't they?
They're now 8-6, and the last 3 games they play are the Niners, the Jags,
I knew you were going to say
and the Texans.
Oh, 2 division tough teams.
2 division opponents, 2 good teams, and then the 49ers on Monday Night Football.
Wow. Oh, so, Monday night. Ouch.
Monday night. So the crazy part is, right, 1,400 in. Right now, it's to pay $2,400, so it's supposed to win him $1,000 basically. Right now, the buyout is like at $1,500, and it's like, do you take? They're only one. They just need one win, just
I
one,
know, but that's a 3.
or you lose everything
Yeah,
because
I
they
was gonna
just
say, I think
can't.
I'd rather get something than nothing.
Bro, from 7-1 to 8-2, and you're like, okay, 8-2, bro. We got 7 games left to win one.
Oh,
Mhm.
that sucks.
Yeah, it's looking rough. So, okay, well, but they still technically have a shot at the playoffs. Something that Patrick Mahomes does not. The
Yeah,
Chiefs,
weird.
for the first time, basically since Patrick Mahomes has been a starting quarterback, are going to be missing the playoffs. Moreover, he's got a long, long offseason ahead of him with the torn ACL and LCL. This is the first time since 1998 the playoffs will not feature Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, or Patrick
Okay,
Mahomes.
yeah.
That's why we need Tom Brady to unretire, come back.
Continue.
yeah,
Just
so-
go to Tampa. They're right there. They just need to win this weekend. They got the division. You're right back in it.
Exactly. Okay, I'll throw this out there. I'll give my 2 cents as a dynasty fan.
Of course.
2 things. 1, never root for injury. So I don't care if you're
absolutely.
rooting against the Chiefs and you don't want to see them in the playoffs. Fine. I'm tired of the
As
Taylor
much
Swift
as
stuff.
we
Totally
always just
understand.
never root for Dodgers or Celtic, we never root for anybody
Never.
to have any major
Mhm.
injuries or anything to not
Never.
be able to play. Because if you're going to be the best, you want to beat everybody at their best.
As much as I hate the Celtics, I was so upset that
Yeah,
Tatum tore his was it his Achilles, right? Or was it? Yeah, his Achilles. So I was upset. That sucks, man. I've never root for injuries. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I'm wondering. I think the biggest question, in my opinion, tell me what you think, isn't whether or not Patrick Mahomes is going to come back. People have torn ACLs and they come back, especially at his position. He's not a running back. He's not a receiver.
correct.
Now, granted, he moves, so I'm not saying it's not going to maybe
And
hinder
he's
him a
not
little bit. But
35. You know,
True. He's not
yet.
But I think the main question is, because a lot of people were talking about Tom Brady, year 8,
Yep.
3
I knew
Super
you were
Bowl
going there.
wins,
Yep.
tore his ACL.
Week 1 compared to week 15, but yes.
True. Okay. Patrick Mahomes, year 8, 3 Super Bowl wins, tears his ACL, same leg. The question, the difference, obviously Tom Brady didn't stop at 3.
Correct.
The Patriots dynasty continued on. They won 3 more, and then he went on to go win with
Lost
another
2
team.
others.
True. Yeah. So it's he's not like he's not going. Yeah, exactly. So the question though is, does Andy Reid stay? Because that is the difference to me between the two. Tom was able to kind of recover because Bill was still here. Bill was no problem.
Bill was
All right.
younger too. Reed's been
Yes.
around a while. now.
Exactly. So I think the main question on is the dynasty over? I would be the first person to say no or yes, depending on Andy Reid's
Yeah, I can
involvement.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I mean, maybe they have another coach that could be lined up that would be like, oh, wow, that's Sean McVay or something.
Whatever.
No. Then he better get the best offensive coordinator in the world because,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? Like maybe if Sean McVay's open or I'm talking like top. Not other than that, like who else is going to be able to do what Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid were able to do?
There's not a lot
That's the thing that I'm not concerned about because I'm not a huge Chiefs fan. I do root for dynasties,
Okay.
but I'm not a Chiefs fan. But that'd be the thing I'm concerned about is Andy Reid.
this
Is
is
he coming back or not?
That is the biggest question. Which, okay, a couple thoughts here. One, if Mahomes is done in week 15 and it's minimum 9 to 10 month recovery, so we're thinking he could come back next late September, early October, I guess, right? At that point, is it even worth it? Like, are they?
No, I'd sit him out all
5,
of next
7. It's like, dude, sit out. Let's tank, get a top pick to get you an offensive lineman or a weapon, and then we go from there. So then, even more so, the Reid question comes out because that means Reid's got to waste a whole
Another
year next year before he gets Pat back and whatever else they get out of it.
Yes.
So I'm with you there. The other thing I thought of is, what if Reid? Okay, Kelsey's going to retire. I think at the end of this year, right?
He should if he doesn't. Yeah.
So Kelsey retires. They let Worthy go, or they let Schuster, whoever the wide receiver, just let them all go. Just cut it all down, tank it all, get as many picks and stuff you can for the next year. If the Steelers fire Mike Tomlin and Andy Reid retires, I don't know. Just, veteran guy has won before. Because, like, who else? You said you want somebody that, I know he's not an offensive guy, but I don't know any other Kevin O'Connell. If Minnesota doesn't,
because Yeah, maybe
And they
that.
don't
That
have any
seems that's
weapons.
more realistic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And O'Connell's offensive guy came from McVay.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying that one makes a lot more sense. I like that one. I'm not on the. I don't
Or
think
does
I don't think they're firing Tomlin.
No,
but-
I agree. I agree. And if they do, low key, I hope the Titans hire him. For real. I'm not even joking. If he would be the Vrabel to New England for us, it would be
Okay,
a
I can
reset
see
of
that.
culture, a defensive guy. We already have a young quarterback. Bring in a guy who can get him to play, and we move on from there. But that's a different topic
Okay.
for a different day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Chiefs. Maybe LaFleur's brother, who's the offensive coordinator for the Rams. Maybe he's the guy that comes in, and he's kind of the young and up and
He's
coming.
he's a highly sought after.
Yeah, you know him and
But only
him
the
and Mahomes
offensive
can kind of figure it
coordinators.
out.
True. Only the offensive coordinators under McVay do something so far,
Mhm.
and this is a little bit premature on the Falcons head coach. I forgot his name off the top of my
Raheem
head.
Morris.
It's a little premature on Raheem Morris, but Brandon Staley sucked. I'll just
Yes.
put it bluntly in San Diego or
And
whatever
Morris
city they
had
were in.
a chance previously before he coached under McVay, and it didn't go well. So I don't know if McVay made a huge change or not for him as well. But that could be just him, not McVay.
But his offensive people have only
Yes.
blossomed, so that's why I'm thinking maybe
O'Connell,
this
Zach
offensive
Taylor.
LaFleur.
I was gonna say LaFleur was under him at one point, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
The LaFleur was the coordinator when. Oh no, O'Connell was the coordinator when they won the Super Bowl. Never mind, I take that back.
But still, I
So-
mean, just a lot of offensive thought processes. Yeah, I don't know.
So that's the thing. I mean, I won't even guess who the Chiefs would be going after but that's the crux.
Okay.
Do you agree with that? That being the Andy Reid being the crux of if the dynasty
Yes.
continues. Okay.
Yes, and even if he doesn't, that doesn't mean because if Pat takes that year off next year as a gap year and they decide, okay, we're going to let Andy retire, we'll let Spags coach for a year, and then we'll see who comes available. Maybe there's an up-and-coming guy we don't know yet over the next year we figure out, and then they replace Reid when Mahomes comes back, and then they're off and running again from there. But that is the one difference, though, you're right, compared to the Patriots. They still had the same coach there
Coach
when
quarterback
Brady
combo.
got back and not
Yeah.
60-something years old at the time. So that
Exactly,
is a good
exactly.
factor. You're probably right.
Yeah, so that's my big one. I'm rooting for a strong comeback again. Even for Jason Tatum, bro. I mean, I want him to come
Yeah.
back and be just as good as he was. I cannot stand that team. So regardless of what you think about Patrick Mahomes, at least just root for the guy to freaking come back and be healthy, just so
Yeah,
that way he
I
can
would-
live his
mean,
life.
Who doesn't want to see that guy play? Everything he does is
He's
I
fun.
mean, he's been in an AFC title game every year of his career. This will be the first time not. That's crazy.
And if Chris Collinsworth's calling the game, just mute it if you don't like him. You know what I mean? I get that he drags his Mahomes nuts all over him, but geez, just mute it. Okay.
It's funny because
Well-
that's the complete opposite of like baseball. Everyone thinks Schmaltz hates every team except for
Oh,
the
yeah.
Braves.
Well, hey, yeah.
Oh,
He's a
man.
Brave, so it is
He
what it
was.
is. Okay, well, another injury that happened this year. Well, yeah, but this past week was Micah. That was probably a big one, solely because of the trade, obviously, and
Yeah.
what they did. The defense for the Cowboys looks a little bit better. He has been great in Green Bay, Micah.
Yeah.
But the ACL tear has kind of put the damper on you. Like, damn, well, this was what we thought we were getting, and unfortunately, him, being out kind of puts a damper on it. But he'll be back next year. And they already acquired him. He's on the deal. So, don't have to worry about the money and whether or not we should sign him. It's already done. So, rooting for Micah to come back strong, too. Been a fan of his for a while, even though I'm not a Cowboys fan. And I'm just curious to see, that was the Packers' swing to add a difference maker. And now he's not here. I'm curious how the rest of the roster responds and who can not necessarily replicate what Micah has done, but who can step up and try to fill his spot,
Yeah, or as a collective, who's going to fill that
Yeah,
void? Really, it's not
true.
a one guy thing. Yeah, I don't. The other thing that's weird to me, I know that Mahomes was tackled, so it was in a play, but Micah was a non-contact injury. For all the talk of the turf is always the problem. These were on natural field, so just keeping that in mind, because I know that every time this happens, it was on the turf. It had nothing to do with it. It's just it is what
A lot happens on turf. Just
I agree. But
Okay.
regardless, injuries like this happen no matter what turf surface we're on or what position you play. Obviously, it doesn't matter. And you're right. For the Packers, I mean, he was doing great. The Packers haven't been great overall. They've had a couple good weeks to kind of figure themselves out here and still have a chance in the division. And now with the big game coming up. But without him there, that changes their entire dynamics of the defense. And as you said, they gave up pieces to get him. And so now you don't have a draft pick this year to replace him if he's not back and healthy for next year.
right.
Although at the timeline he could be back. But again, it's just like Pat, like how early do you
How
want to rush him
effective and
back
how
for? And by the
correct.
time he's ready, is it worth it for him to come back or just wait for another, year? So a lot of
Yeah.
questions in Green Bay. It just, the one time they took a swing at it, like you said, and it didn't work out this time.
At least for this year, it hasn't
Yeah,
worked out. I'm
initially.
not
It
saying
still
it can't
could work
pan
out
out.
down the
Yeah,
line. Yeah.
exactly. But honestly, as a non-Packers fan, it's good to see them do so because they do everything else pretty well. They have a good
Yeah.
coach. They have a good org. They draft well. They develop well. So they do all these things right. They just don't take big swings in free agency or trades, and they finally do. And it's like, dang, man, So
Yeah. Well, do you think maybe it's not that they don't try to take big swings in free agency, but some guys just don't want to go to Green Bay and live in the middle of nowhere? You know what I mean? Compared to like other markets?
possibly,
Because like they got
but
Micah in a
sometimes I feel like,
trade, but part of that was agreeing to the contract extension, obviously. But they didn't
Mhm.
sign him as a free agent to a massive deal. It's not like Micah was like, "Oh, I'm a free agent. I want to go to Green Bay." You know what I mean? I don't know if that is something that maybe they've tried, and just because of the market and everything, the situation. And as you said, their organization is not a typical organization. It's run a little differently, obviously, the way it's put together.
which
So I
makes
don't know
it
if
to
that
me
has.
make it more family oriented. You feel like you'd kind of feel more
I
included.
agree,
You know
but
what I
I'm
mean?
just thinking big market, small in the middle of nowhere. How many people want to go there by choice? I guess more so than draft
Yeah, that's a
or
good
by
point.
trade.
That's a good point.
But
Yeah,
then again,
that's a good
as
point.
they draft and develop well, that's good for them because it's taking advantage of the system they have within, their means. I guess.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I guess I just don't ever hear, oh, Packers would be thinking about signing this person in free agency. Not that, oh, this person has turned down the Packers. Again, I don't
That's
know. I'm
true.
not in the building, so
No,
maybe you're
yeah, you're
right.
right.
But I don't hear like, oh, Packers are interested. They're never interested in anybody. It seems so. That's why I didn't believe they were going to trade for Micah because I'm like,
That's a
oh,
good
Packers are
point.
interested for sure. Yeah,
Well, we
good
also
one.
didn't think Jerry was stupid enough to trade him, but he is. So
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's panning out to be a win-win. I don't think it's
I
a bad
agree.
trade anymore.
In the long
You
run,
know what
I
I mean?
think he will not. I don't think he'll have the ultimate win when it's all said and done, but I think it's a win-win, like you said.
It's
across
not a
the board.
loss for sure.
No,
Definitely not a
nobody's got
loss.
screwed or anything out of it. So.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's actually move on to some of the actual games. We have a couple highlighted through here. We'll touch on a few, but we'll talk about a couple of them like a little bit more in depth. The main one that I want to bring up initially is this battle for the NFC West. This is, and not only the NFC
Ooh.
West, but the number one seed in the NFC overall. 2-11-3 teams. First time on Thursday Night Football that 2-11 win teams will be playing each other,
Oh,
and that happens tomorrow. Yeah, I read that. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty crazy.
I
Because
mean, if
most
you think
times it's
about it,
like,
though, Thursday games either are really crappy or they're division
yes.
games, and by the time they're doing them this late, everyone's kind of beat up. So, well, okay.
Correct. Yep. Well, not this division because the NFC West, besides
Shoot.
the Cardinals, woo, holding down that bottom. We're the anchor, baby. We're the
Hey,
rock.
you know what? It's funny. If you look at your division for the Cardinals and the Titans division, we're the only team within our division that's been eliminated from playoffs. All three other teams are still alive and battling. Colts, Jags, Texans, Rams, Niners, Seahawks. Yeah, we suck.
But I mean, even the freaking Niners, 10-4, 11-3, 11-3, 10-4. So a big game
that's
tomorrow.
I was going to say this matchup is huge because if one of them loses, then they're tied in second with San Francisco, which then could change the
Is
wild
the
card.
5 and 6 seed basically
Oh man, it's kind of like the
from
NFC
1 to
North last year.
5.
Yeah. Damn.
It's exactly like the NFC North from last year. So a couple of things that aren't looking good for the home team, which is Sean McVay's sick. Plane got delayed, a major delay on the way to Seattle. Who knows what time they're going to get there.
I think I heard they had to split the team into multiple planes to get everybody there. And Sean
Not
took
great
a
start.
plane because he's sick and doesn't want to get anybody sick.
And then the third piece is Devontae is probably not playing.
He's not.
So it's just it's going to be a tough one in Seattle with the 12th man, I guess. I don't know if they're still as crazy as they used to be with the Legion of Boom, but
the Seahawks are wearing their new City Connect or whatever those jerseys that the Rams had their black midnight or whatever. And on the back of the helmet it says something about the 12th man. So it's still a thing. Whether it's as good as the Legion of Boom back, 15 years ago or not, I don't know.
So I'm rooting for the Rams. Never been a Seahawks fan, not a Seattle fan, not a fan at all. So I'm rooting for the Rams, but I think it's going to be a really, really close game. As long as the LA defense can keep the Seattle offense at bay, I think Matt Stafford, even without Devontae Adams, will be able to keep up. So it's just a matter of kind of like the game that they just had. Who'd they just play? The Colts. No, the Colts.
Yeah.
Who they just played?
No, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. But
who'd they just play last week?
Cardinals, right? Didn't they kick your guys' ass this week?
No.
And was that the week before? Who did they play this week?
Yeah, that was the week before.
Who did the Rams? Lions, right?
The Lions, yes, thank you. It was a good back and forth game. And now, granted, giving up 34 points is not ideal, but you scored 41. So my point is basically kind of the same thing. Just try to keep the Seahawks defense or Seahawks offense at bay as much as you possibly can, and let Stafford do his thing. What do
Well,
you think?
let's look at the last 3 games that Sam Darnold has started against the Rams. He doesn't do
Okay.
very well.
Okay,
so
well that
just saying.
Yeah, no, you're right, especially in Minnesota.
2
Oh
games
my
last
gosh,
year
he
and the
got
1 game this year, the Seahawks, even
destroyed.
though they lost and had a chance to win, they didn't even score 20 points. So it's not like the offense with Darnold out there is cooking against the Rams defense, which is one of their pillars this year compared to Aaron Donald was always a pillar, but their defense as a
Yeah,
whole right now is a lot better,
it's
especially
good.
that front four.
Mhm.
So I don't know, on the road, Seattle, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. For some reason, I
Yeah.
just feel like this is the flu game for McVay. They're going to go up there and score like 35 points. He's going to be
Oh, I'm
calling
down.
everything, and it's all going to just boom, boom, boom. They're going to shut down Cooper Kupp and make him feel like he's not even in the game. On the other
Good.
side, Rams are coming in and doing business, man. I don't think they're messing around this year. I think Stafford knows that this team has a chance to do something
Let's
special.
get this thing going.
Yeah, I don't think McVay and them are wasting any time. I think they're not going to say it because we're too far, but I think it's F them picks vibes again this year in LA. That's what I'm
Okay.
getting.
I like it.
So, I mean,
I like
I
it.
wouldn't be mad if they won again. As long as they're
No,
not playing
not
the
at all.
Titans in Super Bowl, I'm cool.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true. So we get a pretty special start to this week because Thursday we have a good matchup, the first 11 win or team matchup, but then they surprise us with some Saturday football, and the 2
Yeah.
games they picked there are great as well. Bears at Packers after Packers were just at no, I think it's the other way around, isn't it? Because I'm
Oh,
pretty
is
sure
it
the
the other way
Packers
around?
just
My
hosted
bad.
the Bears
yeah,
the
you
other
know what?
day.
I might have wrote it the wrong way, but regardless, it's Bears, Packers,
But
division.
but this is at Soldier Field when the Bears just lost to the Packers 2 weeks ago in Lambeau.
Yeah,
So
so
they
there's gonna
want
be
to try
some
to get it back
revenge.
quick. There's going to be some quick revenge coming back, so that's a good game. Division matchup. The other Saturday game, Bucks Panthers. Now, granted, 2-7-7 teams, but this is for the NFC South. So, which game are you most excited for, and why?
Bears Packers. I think Caleb has had a great season. Ben Johnson has been fantastic as the coordinator there. He's got them feeling just all of themselves in the post game locker. So every time they win, they could just it's a different vibe and feeling there. I don't know. I feel like without Micah, maybe that's gonna make the Bears try a little more things because they don't have to focus on him as much, and maybe that opens up the playbook a little bit compared to before. I don't know. I just feel like this year, I picked the Bears to win the division before the season
You're
starts.
riding, and
And
they're
I
up
picked
there.
the Lions to finish last, and they're in third, so I'm feeling pretty good about that as well. I have to say, but yeah, I think it's Bears. I think this is their chance to go in, get a real hold on the division going into the last 2 weeks, so you have control your own destiny to win the division. And if they win and the Rams lose, they're still kind of technically, not mathematically out of the number 1 seed there. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of things that they're playing for more than just the division. So I'm thinking Bears. But Bucks and Panthers is going to be good because it's NFC South and they're 500
Yeah.
and they beat the shit out of each other. But I just think Bears.
And the Bucks started so hot, dude.
I
They
know
freaking started
they got
so
injured
hot.
like crazy, and then once they started getting guys back, that's when they started losing. I don't know what happened in
Which is
Tampa Bay,
odd.
but
Yeah, Egbuka was looking like rookie of the year the first 10 weeks.
yeah,
And now he's getting 50 yards a game, no touchdown. I know because he's on my fantasy team. So
not that you're bad about it or anything.
no, I'm not pissed, you freaking asshole. No, no, not at all. So, but it is what it is. So I'm actually that's probably going to be the better of the 2 games as well. But I mean, I'm sorry, the Bears Packers. I agree with you. The better of the 2 games, but Bucks Panthers is going to be a showdown because a lot's on the line, and they play each other again in 2 weeks.
So this could be a really the last 3 weeks for them could really be the division run. Then if one wins
it
this
really
week,
is.
they split the next, and then it's for the division in the last game. That would be awesome. That'd be a lot.
That's pretty much it. And the crazy part is in between time, the Panthers host the Seahawks.
Oh,
so they've got Bucks, Seahawks, Bucks.
And who do the Bucks play in between? Because
Bucks have Panthers, lucky them. Dolphins, Panthers.
And they don't have to travel as far. Seattle game
Correct.
for the other one? Is that in Seattle?
It is. Yep.
Oh God, that's rough. Yeah, that sucks.
No, it's in Carolina. I take that.
Oh, okay. That helps
so
a little bit
better
for the Panthers.
Yeah. But Seahawks are still, depending on what happens this Thursday night. Oh boy, are they going to be
Seahawks
playing hard next week.
Seahawks have 10 days to prepare too. Oh man.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good one for sure. Looking forward to that one. Moving to Sunday, some of the other games that we are kind of looking at over here. I know one that you're super looking forward to is Jets Saints, right? That was on your schedule. I think Chiefs Titans and then Falcons Cardinals. I think those are at the top of our list. No, those. Oh, let me read. I read that wrong. I meant Jags Broncos because those are actual winning teams. We got Jags Broncos, Steelers, Lions, Patriots, Ravens that Sunday night. Give me one that you're most interested in and why.
Okay, I kind of, for some reason, think the Jags Bronco game could be a playoff preview because they're both at the top of the division at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
The Jags win and really get a stranglehold on the AFC South, and they could. And the Broncos, I don't think the Chargers are going to catch them at this point. They pretty much, unless they fall apart here, they should.
I mean, if they go 12, if they go 0-3, yeah, there's a chance.
They'd have to literally lose out. So I see them winning. So I don't know. The Broncos defense is great, and Bo Nix has like a quarter and a half of a game that's good, and then the rest is kind of like, what's going on? So if he comes out early and they get a lead, and then the Broncos can just run the shit out of Trevor Lawrence and run him out of there, they're going to be fine. But if Trevor Lawrence, who's been hot lately, if the Jags come out and get a lead early, I think they can get out of Mile High with a win. For some reason, I feel like the Jags might get out of Denver with a W this weekend, and I hate saying that as a Titans fan.
I love that you say that because the game I'm looking forward to most is the Sunday night game and the Patriots game. I need the Jags to beat some Bronco butt so the Patriots can try to win in Baltimore and reclaim the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. So that's the one I'm actually looking forward to the most. One, honestly, as you know, I've been a Patriots fan for a long time, and I get much as Tom Brady is gone, it's hard to like a team for so long as Tom Brady was there, and then to just not like them anymore is a little bit hard. So once they're doing well again, I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, Drake May's kind of beast. I got a ton of Drake May rookie cards. So the better he does, the more in value they go up. I'll take it. So rooting for the Patriots, hoping for a good game though, because I do like the Ravens. But you know what? You're gonna have to figure out that division some other time. Patriots need to take it on Sunday.
Figure it out next week.
Yeah, some other time. And then we wrap up week 15. This is 15 or 16?
Week 16.
15. 16. Shit, yeah. We rack up. Let me try that one more time. We wrap up week 16 with honestly a pretty good Monday night game. Colts hosting the Niners. Grandpa Rivers out there trying to bust some Niner butt. Go Colts. Don't tell my sister.
No, I'm excited. I just realized I'm going to be flying in the middle of the air Monday when this game is on. Damn it. All right, well, anyways.
When you land, you'll know what happened.
I'll watch all the highlights when I get to Ohio.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Rivers, like you said, we talked about earlier, just exciting for him to be back and to have to go to Seattle and then have Monday night against the Niners and back-to-back your first 2 games. Welcome back to the NFL. Holy shit, dude. My God.
Yeah. But, couldn't give him a Titans game or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right? Yeah,
or a Cardinals game.
Yeah. Get a win and let us lose so we can get higher in draft pick. But anyways, it's a good Monday night game. I think the Niners will take care of business. I don't see them losing, but crazier things have happened, as we like to say, any given Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday,
Saturday,
Wednesdays on holidays. Yeah.
Friday if it's Christmas. Yeah.
That's right. Black Friday, all those things.
Basically, like Tuesday is the only day they don't play.
I think so. Unless Christmas lands on a Tuesday in a couple
years. You know what?
We'll get it. We'll have every day of the week that year.
You're not wrong.
But as far as Monday night, Colts, Niners, I think it's great. I want the Colts to create havoc, I guess, now with Rivers there. But also, I think the Niners are a better overall team. So
yeah, totally agree.
If the Niners are sitting there over the weekend and they know the Rams lost and them and the Seahawks are, battling, and it just gives them an opportunity to get back in it. So they'll be watching tomorrow as close as we are, I think.
Well, I'm watching tomorrow, that's for sure. I don't watch a ton of Thursday night football because, like you said, most times the games are hit or miss. But this one is one of probably the best Thursday night football games I can think of in a while, for sure.
Yeah, besides maybe the home opener, season opener, when we already know it's the Super Bowl defending champ versus.
Yeah, true.
But other than that, you don't get a lot of these. So.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Well, as much as football season is unfortunately coming to a close, it is also the best time of football season where we get to see best teams, who's coming out, who's doing what, and then NFL playoffs is just I'm glued to the TV. So looking forward to it. Again, not looking forward necessarily to the end of the NFL season, but looking forward to the playoffs. You too?
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, I hate that it's ending, but also I know basketball's in the swing and hockey's in the middle of it because the Ducks are in second place, I think, at the moment. But we're right there. And then, baseball's right around the corner, World Baseball Classic. We got a lot of things going, even though it's slow right now in December and we're wrapping up football. But just think, it'll be back before you know it.
Yeah.
Just like that.
That's true. For everybody that's out there, we will be probably taking at least a week off for Christmas, and we will catch you back up when we come back, either just before the new year or after the new year. I'm not quite sure yet. We haven't talked about it, but
yeah,
make sure you check in for the next episode of that. But other than that, let us know down in the comments below who you've got winning the NFC West Showdown this Thursday night.
Also, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at RVUFTB and tell us why the Chiefs dynasty is over. Or is it not? I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know what to think.
It's, again, Andy Reid dependent.
Very good point. Very good point. And as always, appreciate everyone for stopping by.
And seeing things from Auburn from the bench. Remember, nobody loves you. Jesus loves you. Peace.
This was a Sycamore Fourth Studios production.